right now
Still
just...
wrong.
He's probably just checking. I don't know what was the issue before. Because it seemed like he was playing okay. I'm just not 100% what button didn't feel right and why.
Is this a 0.9 situation or something?
I don't know.
That sure would suck. They can't think
Oh,
of
no,
it
no,
doing-
no. You know what they're doing? Is they're just... Okay, so this is a game, but they're keeping the stock loss from beforehand. Okay.
So it's not a full reset. They just had to set things back up to exactly where they were before.
Right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So whatever the problem was for IceKnight, I hope it's fixed. I really hope it's fixed now. He's going to need all the help he can get.
Yeah, I think there are some problems, you know, inside the game too that are not yet fixed for IceKnight because this is looking real bad.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, you would think Greninja would be the aggressive one in this matchup, but like I said before, Skittle's so good at the close combat with Young Link that he's just making this look easy right now.
And close combat is super effective against Greninja.
Absolutely right. The Dark type fumbling around a little bit here against this man, this child with a steel sword and a bunch of grit.
Should have made your hidden ability Protean instead of Torrent.
If you would right now, changing into a water type might be relatively useful. Using a little more of those water shurikens, maybe he play the keep away game for a little bit, might end up being advantageous for him. We'll see if he does that in game 2. Yeah, I don't know. That Skittles just plays this character so uniquely. Like he can. We saw it against Vixel when I was commentating that match that he can really play keep away with the best of them and zone people out. But if he needs to, he will box you ferociously. Not afraid at all. So.
Yeah, well, maybe that was just kind of a bad game. They did kind of get the momentum screwed with in the middle there. I mean, it's totally possible to get 3-stocked game 1 and then win game 2. I did that on stream earlier.
Yeah, some people really are really, really good at getting downloads off of people. We don't have basically any Young Link representation here. The only time we really see Young Links come out to play is when Skittles decides to visit us. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't know the Young Link matchup that well as Greninja.
Yeah, I remember there were a few back in the day, but this is a character who's really fallen off as time went on.
Yeah, a lot of people not really finding any good ways to consistently get kills with Young Link. He has conversions, but other characters just had much better kill options a lot earlier.
Yeah.
But Skittles seems to find ways to do it.
Young Link's super weird when it comes to killing. Oh, what? Oh,
Oh, he saved his jump.
What?
Is he? What? Oh my God! I thought he turned that. I don't even know. I don't know to what degree any of that was on purpose.
Yeah, that was a strange interaction, and I'm shocked that nobody is dead here, but we're just going to continue playing the game.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if that whole thing was an elaborate bait by Skittles, because he almost killed IceKnight.
I mean, he also, I think, was able to avoid the last hitbox by doing that air
Yes.
dodge.
So
was it which does more damage, final hit of big water shuriken or ah!
Ooh! Was able to get that forward smash off of the down tilt, and all of a sudden IceKnight got a lead.
Oh, that did not look like the best DI.
No, I don't think so. Immediately getting popped. I don't think he expected to get up aired that fast.
Yeah, I mean, he went like straight up on both of them, which brought him directly to the blast zone. I think if he had like managed to get the diagonal angles on both, he probably could have survived.
Yeah, I
thanks to
agree.
Trigonometry, but we're going back into this. Should be a punish. Let's see what he can get. It's a neutral air, and back to neutral.
And 1 neutral is better than 0 neutral aerials. Neutral aerials. That's a tongue twister. Defeated by words once again. Either way, IceKnight is able to find a little more room in game 2 to play comfortably. He is using the water shuriken a lot more than he was game 1. He didn't do a lot of anything game 1 except restart the match.
Yeah. And yeah, he was using a lot of shuriken in the first set as well, and it wasn't working out too well for him. So it doesn't surprise me that he didn't do too much game 1. But maybe he's trying to find the right balance.
Yeah, just the aggressive factor hasn't been as extreme as it was in game 1. That up air, Skittles so consistently good at finding those conversions to get somebody on top of him so he can use that up air.
And that was just like a straight up error from IceKnight because he went for the neutral air and tried to get the lowest nair to convert off it. Pretty sure it would have hit, but he did it slightly late, and so the hitbox didn't even come out. And so Skittles was able to punish.
Good job of getting away from that up smash, too. That up smash on these platforms, which Greninja can absolutely reach, being extremely dangerous if hitting the sweet spot. but because he avoided it, Skittles gets another chance at life here.
Oh, that was so cool. He got hit by one hit of the up B because it traded, and that allowed him to convert faster because he was like hit towards Skittles and able to just start moving immediately. Oh, that was phenomenal, DI.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, Skittles finding ways to stay alive here on his second stock. I thought we were going to see another up air, but not quite.
It was
Trying to
such
find
a
that
good
nair.
DI too, because if he had DI'd out, which is what you normally want, oh, well, I guess it wouldn't have worked anyway. But yeah, he had to DI one way or the other. But IceKnight is able to bring this to a last stock situation, way better than game one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What I think it was definitely a momentum thing. I don't know what was wrong with his controller before, but he seems to find he seems to have found a way around the initial loss of game one, and has immediately looked so much better game two.
Ooh, the boomerang saved Skittles from a terrible fate.
Trying to land these nairs with a get-up option from IceKnight. Right now, IceKnight just more so using the early water shuriken to play keep away with Younglink's own projectiles, and right now doing a juggling job.
Ooh, if he could have punished that down air, that would have been crazy, but you don't really want to challenge that thing when you're sitting this high percent with Greninja, who does not have many disjointed attacks. Wow, that's clean.
That was so sick. Yeah, there was an opportunity there, if anything, to go under the platform if he was able to call out the down air landing and then up smash, because that is such a strong move. Wouldn't have killed, but it would have been a good amount of percent. But once again, Skittles just showing off his conversion ability with those projectiles into up air.
Yeah, you look at that and you're like, how can Younglink have trouble killing if he can do that?
the
the thing is, like, he has really good kill confirms, he just doesn't have any consistent kill confirms. So it'll be like, oh, you kill somebody at 50 with like a triple fire arrow boomerang up B combo, but then like next stock they lift to 250, and then you know your confirms stop working at a certain percent and it just spirals out of control. So.
Yeah, at some point you just have to play Younglink as a character on the fly, which is why a lot of people dropped him for characters that are a lot more consistent. But for the most part, Skittles doesn't really have the same sort of flaws in a lot of other previous Younglink players. Oh, that drag down up air got the jab lock for a second, but flubbed it a little bit.
It wasn't necessarily like a flub, because he definitely went for the push off into back air instead of going for like a smash attack. But I think that was like a Younglink hurtbox oddity that caused him to not get hit by the first hit.
Oh, you know what? So that could very much so be the case. You're right.
Yeah, maybe it was Skittles even doing like drift DI at the last second or something, but either way.
Yeah, sure. With the smaller hurt box.
Does not get the confirm, unfortunately.
Not a guarantee. But once again, though, pretty close game 3 going on. Skittles does have the upper hand. And once again, maybe not an up air conversion, but another sick one by Skittles. That's going to get the job done.
That's what makes zoners so much more viable in Ultimate than in other Smash games. It's just like, oh, you parry their projectile, and they just throw another one at you, and then it kills you.
A little up air juggling. That will kill 3 in a row. IceKnight brings it right back once again, still in it.
Skittles definitely pulled out the sword to challenge that, but IceKnight was just fast enough to get in before the hitbox came out.
And that's so dangerous, too. He did have the freedom to go ahead and contestant because he didn't have any damage on him, but still, that would have given Skittles a lot of momentum, but IceKnight didn't care, went right for it anyway.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I would not be surprised if it killed him at 0 being that high in the air, because it hits you upward.
That's true, actually. And I would have probably just unplugged if that happened to me. There's a lot of characters in this game who could kill you with 0. Younglink should not be one of them.
Oh, jumps into it.
Yeah, I ran into it that time instead of getting the sweet spot.
And this is looking dicey. IceKnight's going to have to pull out some crazy combo here if he wants to stay in this set. And he definitely could. This is Greninja we're talking about.
Yeah. He just needs to find that consistent survivability. He has been giving Skittles a little too often openings to get those projectiles in and then hit a conversion with either fair or up air. And because of it, IceKnight has been not able to live long enough for these conversions to stop working. Yeah,
I feel like IceKnight and Skittles have been going fairly even in the neutral. It's just like when Skittles gets a hit, he just gets so much off of it. Like, look at this. You got like one hit and it did like 70, and it's still going.
Yeah.
Greninja just cannot get down.
He literally caught his landing there with his grab.
Yeah, and then IceKnight gets a hit, and he like goes for something, and Skittles is just ready for it, and just nothing happens. And like even if you are winning neutral more consistently, like with this rate of exchange, there's just no finishing a game.
Yeah. Good stuff by IceKnight, but that was a very dominant 3-0 victory by Skittles. He just, every single time it felt like he needed to hit a conversion, he absolutely did. His spacing was absolutely on point. It felt like he hit every single sweet spot every single time he was going for up air, and IceKnight just couldn't quite cut it. But that will be a 4th place finish for him, which is really, really solid.
Yeah, that is a very good placement.
Yeah.
I would be super happy with 4th place.
Absolutely, and losing to the #1 seed